Welcome, Gemini. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Taurus reading. This is a general reading. It will not resonate for all of you by now. I'm sure many of you are familiar with the strategy of checking in on your sun, your moon, and your rising sign, and or any other placements that are significant in your chart. These readings from the vantage point of astrological information, which I always integrate with my readings, um, is geared towards Gemini rising. But you can hopefully, as I do, find messages in all of the placements that I have and all the placements that you have. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. If you're interested in a personal reading, check the description box below for information, where I'm featuring a half-off sale through the end of the year. So I'd be honored if you took advantage of that opportunity. Let's get started, Gemini, with your overall energy, the Devil card. This feels like a powerful opportunity emerging with a full moon, which is occurring in the middle of February, just before Pluto completes its transit through Capricorn for the last time in 250 years approximately. So this is a resurgence or a reemergence of something that you have already defeated, you've practiced um, resisting the idea that there's something toxic in your life, something limiting that you have internalized in terms of your approach, your attitude, in conforming with the expectations of others. You're aware that this is something that is not working to your benefit, and for many of you, you have begun to recognize the opportunities to heal this behavior pattern that has been more self-defeating than productive for you. But for others of you, you are having an opportunity to recognize some evidence or symptom of the changes that you've already made as a way of measuring how far you have come, how far you've stepped into your own intentions, your own desires, claiming the things that you want and consciously working towards making progress in that direction. So this is really a beautiful reminder of all that we're leaving behind. Social changes notwithstanding, that is also part of the evidence that we are moving to a greater level of cohesion despite the obvious opposition that we may be encountering in our social spaces. So this is really about purging what does not serve us, institutions that are collapsing, mechanisms that we've relied on that do not work. In the 10th house, the house of your social identity, the Five of Cups is describing the way others see you. Moreover, it's about your commitment to your community, to your work, to your job, to a current or important public effort that you're making. And you may be, again, looking at the failures, disappointments, things that haven't worked. And that's important at this particular time because there are lessons there for you to become more conscious of, things that you have already proven your mettle against, ways in which you're stepping away from the practice, the habits of failures, and taking responsibility for not only your own potential, your own desires and dreams, but ways that you're moving forward in gratitude for those obstacles, those challenges that many of us, are facing in this very moment. The gratitude is now what grounds you. There is a deep awareness through the catastrophes, through the ruin that you may have experienced in the past, and that you feel you're revisiting in a way that is helping to show you how necessary these challenges have been, how they've forged you as the person that you are now. And in the first house, we have the Eight of Swords. Yes, high anxiety is an accurate reflection of the way that your sensitivity has tuned in, as well as your multiple connections to communities, to uh, it, the exchange of information, the influence and impact of the media on the options that you see available, the pressure to overthink, overanalyze, even in failure or defeat, to instead allow yourself to be intuitively connected to what you know is right for you. There are times when we don't need to know the answer to move in the right direction for us. And this is precisely such a moment for you, Gemini. You may be able to see through the current obstacles, but you're still not sure where they're leading. And it isn't necessary for you to justify the choices that you're making now, because you already have done the work to earn the challenge that you are putting yourself up to. So you know what you're doing. The right way can be the hard way, but you're more than prepared because the principles, the ethics matter to you. In the fourth house, the Ace of Swords, this is the house of your home, your domestic environment, even your roots and foundation. So the Ace of Swords is about this illumination that you have been cultivating quietly, privately for a long time. You have been allowing yourself a space, a private space of clarity, of stillness, of prayer, of meditation, of being in your own feelings and thoughts in a way that is clarifying for you, that is, again, forging for you the path forward on the basis of justice, on the basis of your truth, and all the ways that you are open to examining and exploring that truth in the world is a matter of you cultivating the habit of that, being comfortable with the choices that you're making for you before you're able to credibly go out and implement those strategies in a way that is believable to those that you have considerable influence over. In the seventh house, the house of significant others, we have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is about the way that you are employing your vision to create a plan, the way you're looking at the landscape, looking through the failures or the disappointments, and understanding that you have an opportunity to map your vision in a particular space. That you don't need, again, to know the whole picture. You don't need to know the destination, even to know the correct way through, the correct way forward. And in that space, uh, not pressuring yourself to develop a plan or a proposal, but rather to identify simply the next step. That's all that's necessary. You've already done the work. You understand the work that's required. You know you can do the work. You can love the work you do because of the purpose, the mission behind it. So this is really about just letting yourself relax into the knowledge, the wisdom, and the practical effort to make the first step towards something that is important to you on behalf of a community or a team. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey Oracle card and hope that if this reading is resonating for you, Gemini, that you will like this video, share this with others who might enjoy it, who might find it useful, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I thank you so much. And we have come up with the grief card. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Wise words in this time. And this really does go with an overall sense that you, your community, and effort have sustained some setbacks, some disappointments that are causing you to reevaluate your plan, reevaluate the way that you're moving forward with gratitude for the resistance, understanding that the challenge is making you stronger, clarifying so that you are learning what not to do as you move forward. And I'm going to clarify the Eight of Swords in the first house with the Eight of Coins. I love eights. Eights are numbers of success. The Eight of Pentacles or coins in this deck particularly talks about the process, the steps. These are the steps that you are considering here, one step at a time. You know what the process is for bringing something into material reality, for manifesting something, something that can be abundant, successful, prosperous, that can benefit others. And that is precisely what you're working towards. But you understand it is thoroughly linked to the development that you are putting yourself through. This is you understanding that you need to improve your skills. You need to improve your methods, your routines, your habits in order to be prepared for the opportunities coming towards you. You recognize them, you're being prepared for them, and you are falling in love again with the process. And this reading is really emphasizing that. The destination is the destination that unfolds for many of you as you move forward towards your vision. You don't have a full idea necessarily of what it is until you get in there and do the work. Here you are clear that you can prepare yourself for that opportunity. And you're doing that by preparing yourself as a person as well as polishing your skills, falling in love with your craft or your effort. In the fourth house, the Ace of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Coins. This is about legacy. This is about what you intend to, how you intend to make your mark in your profession, in your community, in your family, and what you now recognize the power you have to share your process as you build it. As you convene with other collaborators, you understand how much you have benefited from those that have come before you, that you would not be where you are if it wasn't for the sacrifices perhaps your ancestors made so that you could take advantage of the opportunities that you have. And you understand that despite uh, independent of where you are on your journey, you know enough to share what you have gained, what you have learned, what you have access to with others. This is about giving back in some way that is significant. And it can be as modest or as grand as your resources will allow. But this is about creating and generating abundance for the future, setting up others to enjoy the kind of success that you have or the kind of success that you're working towards. In the Knight of Pentacles in the seventh house is clarified by the Queen of Wands. And here you are sharing your resources with others with confidence, with passion. You're very clear about what you want and you're determined to get it. So I see all of these eights. I see all of this energy that you're putting towards building something, something that is solid, long-lasting, resourceful, and of value to others. But in order to build that from the heart, from a place of authentic necessity, you are moving forward and attracting the resources that you want through your ability to be passionate. And the Five of Cups in the 10th house is clarified by the Nine of Coins. Your independence is something that holds you, keeps you free to make choices that resonate for you, that support you, that reflect upon the experiences you've gained and the way that you are understanding the necessity to invest in yourself, invest in your own ideas, your own resources, your own skills, and in those of others who are similarly aligned to you. Your independent stability and security is essential for you to be able to articulate your vision, your passion in a way that is credible to others. And there is this idea that what you say matters because of who you are. This is what is resonating for others. This is what's helping others absorb the information that you can bring. I'm going to finish up this reading, Gemini, with the flora and fauna of Africa, and hope, despite my developing cold, this has been insightful for you. Oh, and I pulled a jaguar, which I rarely pull, and the key word is spirituality. Reclaim your spiritual power. Seek the guidance of your ancestors to manifest the changes you want to see in your life. Thank you so much, Gemini. Until next time, namaste.